Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be taking a deep dive into DigiByte because DigiByte is one of those cryptocurrencies that offers massive opportunities if you are just willing to play the waiting game and buy at the right levels. So what I'm going to do is just focus on the key levels I'm looking at, key Fibonacci levels, potential buy zones, and more importantly potential profit taking zones. So if you haven't already, smash this video a like, subscribe, comment down below, let me know what you think, and let's get straight into it. So to start out with, for DigiByte, I've taken us to the monthly time frame just so we can get a better idea of what's going on the higher time frame. So if we just have a look at these big bullish candles here, 1, 2, we can begin to get a better idea using the candle bodies here of these big bullish candles to the upside of the higher trend. And at the minute you can see we are coming back to this trend line on the higher time frame, and this is often where you will get the biggest opportunities in the market, in my opinion. And obviously, as we have had now 1, 2, and this is now the third test of the trend line, we can expect this test of the trend line to be very manipulated. And as you can see, up to now we have already had a lot of manipulation around this level. So if we just zoom in a bit here, you can see candle wick below, just closed back above, and now looking to close back above again. So I think this monthly candle is going to be, again, quite a manipulative month. But what we need to be on the watch out for is something like this, where we had the nice capitulation and close back above. And I think that is what we might be getting here for DigiByte this month, which is why I've made this key video right now. Because another thing I'm looking at is this big bullish candle right here. I'm expecting at least one wick into this big bullish candle down here for DigiByte. Just like in the past where we do get the big bullish candles to the upside, we often will come down and fill them and close below and then even get back above. So we need to be on the watch out for that. So I'm going to outline that as a massive key level in confluence with this higher trend to the upside. So now if we do take it to the weekly time frame, we can get a better idea of what's going on right in here. So I have labelled that level the monthly bullish candle level. So because on the weekly time frame here you can see it's not that obvious. That's why zooming out and doing top-down analysis is really good, especially on the altcoins where we are moving up fast and down fast. So now on the weekly time frame we can do exactly the same thing here. Look at these levels here. Where was the big bullish breakout level? And it was at around here. You can see the big bullish breakout occurred right here. A back test, closed back above with this candle body. So if we just zoom right now on the candles, you can see we did have a nice manipulation below, a nice bit of panic in DigiByte for us to then get back up, reclaim, bring a lot of bullish momentum back into the market, bring a lot of buyers in back up here for them to lose out on about 40% again. So these are why these levels are very manipulated. I wouldn't really suggest sort of trying to leverage trade these levels. What I'm looking for here is some form of a spot trade, and I think at the minute on DigiByte we are looking really nice on the weekly time frame, because this is what we want to see. We want to see this big bullish candle filled, and we've come down, we've got below it, and we've even got back above. So all this monthly candle bullish level is going to be down here is a manipulation level. Any spikes down into here I think are massive buying opportunities for potential moves to the upside. So now with these downside levels marked out, key levels monthly and weekly, we can get onto the Fibonacci levels and some potential profit taking zones. So let's get straight into that. So I think one of the great things that DigiByte has already done is give us a clue as to where price may go in the future if we are now looking for a retrace of the current swing highs to swing lows. And I think that involves these 3 wicks here. These 3 wicks are going to be very important in my opinion. I think what we've set up here is a very nice trend line to the upside that I'm going to keep there, because this can come in and give us a bit of confluence with some Fibonacci levels, and that can even give us a bit of a timeline on how we might want to play this. So if we do take the current swing high for DigiByte, I'm going to take the candle bodies here, don't really like to focus too much on the wicks, to the candle body low. Obviously we know it can drop lower, but it doesn't change the Fibonacci levels too much. So if I put it on that candle body there, the main thing we want to be focusing on is the 786 retracement, and that is going to be right here up at this big bullish candle that has had no price actions come back into it. So I would like to see price action at least come in and fill some of this bullish candle. So now that gives us a bit of an X marks the spot here for DigiByte up and around May 2023. So what we want to be doing is focus on these retraces to the upside and not be panicked by any manipulation to the downside, in my opinion. Obviously, I think another level that we want to have marked out here is this wick down here. We know wicks can get filled, and often they will get filled, but that reminds me a bit of the $3,000 for Bitcoin down here, and I'm not really expecting this wick to get filled too much, so I'm going to keep these two levels down here as potential buy zones. Obviously we're already in buy zone number 1 and have this as buy zone number 2, and I'm going to have this as profit take zone number 1, so I'm just going to label that right now. If we just take a look left as well on the chart, this price action to the right here is reminding me very, very much of this price action down here, where we get a lot of chop, a lot of manipulation, a lot of wicks. And you can see the same situation happened back here, where we had sort of a wick to wick trend line that obviously it was manipulated. We went above it, but we ended up getting a nice profit take zone here, where we could have then benefited from the market dropping back down. So obviously, trend lines are to be manipulated. They will be manipulated to the upside and to the downside, but it can give you a basic idea of when you might want to be taking profits or when might be a good time to invest. And I think right now for DigiByte on the move down, we are now looking at a nice trend line break from that wick to the downside. So that can also give us a nice target. X marks the spot down here for a nice manipulation dip down in January, something like that, and then set the timeline up for us to then move up to profit take zone number 1, something like that, and that would be a major move in the chart and in for DigiByte as well. So I think patience is going to be the key here. I know I've said that a lot in my videos, but in every single chart now, especially the altcoins, we are approaching key levels, and I don't want to be missing out on these moves. I don't want to be missing these moves, and I don't want you guys to be sort of pondering as to why we've missed these moves either. So if we can just set the timeline out, that would be something like a nice 500% move, and that is major. You can have your profit take levels wherever you want. That is just going to be my profit take zone level number 1, and I think for future price movement, zooming out, we are looking at some higher profit take zones here. You can have the 1.618 here, and obviously you've got the 2.618 and the 4.236, but focusing on the current swings in the market, I think these would potentially be profit take zones. I'm going to mark this out as profit take zone number 2 in potential moves to the upside and potential moves to the downside. So what I've done to round up for DigiByte here is just take us to the 3-month chart, because number 1, not everyone has access to the 3-month chart, so just gives you guys a bit of insight if you're not charting out on the 3-month chart, just so you can see what I'm seeing here. And you can see that these levels that I've kept on here from earlier coincide with this big 3-month candle bearish breakdown. So there is a lot of empty space now up here in the chart that the market will probably seek to want to come back to at least some point in the future. So when we do start to look at the risk to reward here, is there really that much downside potential left in DigiByte? Of course, dips down below, in my opinion, are potential capitalization zones where we get a nice wick to wick there. That even gives you a nice price target of around 5 cents in the next 3 months. So obviously you can expect a bit of manipulation below as well, but that would just come in and fill this big bullish candle here for the on the 3-month chart as well. So all the empty space on the chart is to the upside, and in my opinion, not really that much to the downside. So great time to be in the DCA zone for spot trades. Like I said earlier, won't be focusing too much on leverage trades. You don't need it really when you're looking at big, massive 500, 600, 700% moves in altcoins like this. You just need to be patient, have your buy levels, stay patient. You know, it's not financial advice from me. I'm not a financial advisor, but again, if this video has been useful, give it a like, comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe, because about 85% of you are not subscribed yet. So let's get to that 1,000 mark as well, because that's a nice level for me. So, but once again, guys, take it easy, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.